Hello, and welcome to the Squeaky Bum Time Podcast with Mike and Laurent. Mike's wearing a terrible hat, and it's Tuesday, January 11th. In this episode, the magic of the cup is magical. United play bad and win. AFCON, transfers. But first, Mike, hey, it's the second leg of the Carabao Cup. You're down 2. Do Spurs have a shot?
Nah, this trophy doesn't matter.
It's back!
Yeah, calcified Mike is back. No, we don't. We don't have a snowball's chance in hell. At home, down 2-0 to a far superior Chelsea side. We'll talk about why when we get into Tottenham's harrowing experience at home in the FA Cup.
But also good at the same time. Anyway, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and break the record for scores. Here we go. 32 matches. 1, 2, 3, and go. Friday, Swindon Town 1, Man City 4. This is the Cole Palmer game. Prem soon come. He said it. It's going to be on T-shirts. Middlesbrough beat Mansfield Town. I don't know much about that. Hartlepool, Blackpool. The pool is empty. There's nothing in the pool. There's duty in the pool. Hartlepool moves on. Fulham will be Man City's opponent. They defeat Bristol City 1-0. Burnley lose to Huddersfield. Ooh, rough. Burnley. Not great, Bob. Coventry defeat Derby County. I told our friend BJ, don't bet on Derby, and you didn't because Derby have more important things on the line. Millwall, Crystal Palace, fun game. We said it would be, and it was. I watched it. Palace go through. My boy Aloisi, second half, incredible. In the giant killing, Cambridge United defeat Newcastle in a battle of rich, smart people versus dumb, poor people. Cambridge are the smart people. Newcastle are the dumb people. Peterborough, bottom of the championship, defeat Bristol Rovers. Barnsley 5, Barrow 4. This game was bananas.
Game of the weekend.
Barrow not doing well. Brighton defeat West Brom. I was worried, but Brighton were good. Leicester defeat Watford. No, not a big deal. Kidderminster Harriers, the lowest ranked team in the group. Is it safe for children or bad for children? I don't know what's going on.
Hide your children.
But Kitty is in the name. They defeat Reading, a championship team. Brentford smash Port Vale. Good name for Port Vale. Feels like it should be something in Game of Thrones. Wigan Athletic, you fuckers. You defeat my beloved Blackburn Rovers. Of course, Wigan advance in the third round because they're evil. City are going to meet them in 2 rounds and lose. QPR win on penalties 8-7 over Rotherham. Wow. Boreham Wood over Wimbledon. Poor old Wimbledon. Everton 3, Hull City 2. They were down in his team. Everton came back, probably saving Rafa Benitez's job. Chelsea are not nice to Chesterfield and smash them. Plymouth Argyle and their Sox defeat Birmingham City. Southampton down a man, but defeat Swansea 3-2. That was probably a barn burner. In the South Coast, Bournemouth, Yeovil Town. Bournemouth go through. Luton over Harrogate Town. Don't know what's going on there. Stoke, Leyton Orient. Still nothing.
Sorry, Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, I don't think he owns that team anymore. Cardiff City in an empty stadium because Wales has different rules. Defeats Preston North End. Norwich, scraped by Charlton. Ooh, that was bad. Wolves defeat Sheffield. They keep their run going after beating United. West Ham defeat Leeds. Leeds were not good in this game, but West Ham were. Tottenham looked like they were good in this game, beating the Shrimps 3-1, but they were down a goal and left it late. Liverpool defeat Shrewsbury. I don't know where Shrewsbury is. Somewhere in England, in the middle there.
And in the biggest game of the weekend.
Nottingham Forest over Arsenal.
Woo!
Forest on a man with a great beard defeat Arsenal. Arsenal don't show up. They look like they're Mormons wearing their white uniform. I like the thing behind it. They didn't play well. Not much there. And then United fucking get lucky against Aston Villa. This could be a whole VAR episode if it was 2 years ago. I still fucking hate VAR. I don't want it. We don't need it. Who is it for? Fuck off. We'll go through the 4th round later. Mike, what do you got?
That was awesome. There were a couple of things I wanted to talk about. First of all, Kidderminster coming from behind, 1-0 down against Reading. I have a soft spot for Reading, as I've said a number of times on the show, but my love for Kidderminster could not be denied. So they finish they go into halftime 1-0, and they get 2 goals late on. Kidderminster still alive. I have a new favorite team. Very excited.
Probably buy them for $10 million.
We could buy them for $10. I want to. Yeah, I mean, Arsenal didn't show up, but they didn't care. Like, they even look at the lineup they put out. They had a very, very sparse grouping, and Nottingham Forest came and they said, "No, we're gonna fucking, you're in our house. We're gonna take this from you," and they did. and full marks to them. We alluded to Spurs, so I'll just get it over with and get on with the rest of the fucking show. Down 1-0 to Morecambe. It was the Shrimps. It was a goal that was a combination of Matt Doherty and Jaffa Tenganga's fault. Stop me if you've heard that before. And they looked like shit. And then Harry Kane came on with Harry Winks and with Lucas Moura, I believe. Or Skip.
It was a 3-man change. It was awesome. It was like, get the fuck out of here. We got this.
Get out of here. Tanguy Ndombele is one of the players taken off. He walks off the field, sulking, booed by the entire 62,000 seat stadium.
And then Conte doesn't defend him.
That had to be his last appearance in a Tottenham shirt, and I will not be sad to see him go. Again, I've said it almost
He may play
every
well
time.
someplace else.
He will. He'll play somewhere. He just looks like he actually doesn't even like playing. He's just the best kid on the block.
You know what? Here's what I would do. If I'm Newcastle, I buy him and just let him do what he wants.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Because he's better than Almiron.
So let's dive a little bit deeper into why Tottenham needed Harry Kane and they needed Lucas Moura and they needed Harry Winks to save them against Morecambe in the FA Cup.
No, it wasn't. It was Skip that let Winks come forward.
Well, yeah, but Winks hit the free.
No, I understand that. It was an incredible goal.
But the point that I'm making is that we talk a lot on this show about the top of the table and the differences between
depth. That's my depth.
There you go. The differences between Manchester City and Liverpool, as you say many, many times. Liverpool's 1-11 plus Anfield plus Klopp, all that is
better than anyone's.
Better than anyone. Damn near unstoppable. And I've never disagreed with you. But 1-18, City is far better, miles better, and it's showing through. Yep. So if you look a little bit further down the table, and Chelsea is included in this group now.
Yeah, they're probably 1-15.
Chelsea, Manchester United are 1-15. Liverpool is 1-13, right?
Maybe. Well,
but their quality is higher, but their depth is not as much. And so Tottenham is like 1-4.
Yeah, they're not that good. Yeah,
and so
although Joe Rodon played, he seemed okay.
No, I don't. No. I mean, I hate to give the kid shit. He's just,
not ready. It's okay.
No, he's not. But like, we spent 15-20 million on him. How much was Diaz? 40?
I don't remember.
Right, but like it's a combination of
City's Diaz?
Yeah.
75.
Okay, well, fine. And then we weren't going to get him, but
big number.
No, but I remember like Mourinho saying that's the guy you have to get, and we get, it's like, I want Ruben Diaz. No, we have Ruben Diaz at home. Like, no, you don't. You have Joe Rodon, right? Listen, Romero being hurt has exposed, frankly, the problems that Tottenham have always had the last 5 years, and its depth.
They never replaced Alderweireld and Vertonghen ever,
right, or Eriksson.
Or Eriksson. Still.
Yeah, I mean, and so that's why when we talk about the top 4 race and everybody's, banging on United and this and they can't do anything right and whatever, they're going to finish ahead of Spurs. They're going to finish ahead of West Ham. And that is the reason why. They're going to fall ass backwards into wins because of the games that are in the condensed part of the schedule, which West Ham is going to have to deal with. Tottenham, thankfully, hopefully won't to a degree because they're out of the NIT. But they will have the ability to run an Edinson Cavani out there, which he's better than everybody on Tottenham not named Harry Kane. Literally, he would be Tottenham's second best player. And he's scraps.
He's not better than Sonny. Sorry. I know you're down on Sonny. I know. Just trust me.
Fine.
He'll show up. In a counter-attacking game, he doesn't look good. Son is not good when it's a non-counter-attacking game and you have to break people down. He's not really a passer. He just wants to go.
He has before.
No, I understand.
I know what his game is, but
he's out of form. It comes and goes. It happens.
Yeah, well, I do love Sonny. I give him a lot of shit, but I always
can I bounce around? There's games that I
please
specifically want to call out.
I want to talk about Spurs any fucking more.
The Barrow Barnsley game. This game is sitting at 2-0 to Barnsley in the 42nd minute. Then in the last in the last 12 minutes of this game, from the 83rd minute, there are 5 goals. This game went bonkers. But good games, like really, really good goals. So just wanted to call that one out. And the reason why I call out Barnsley is that is the Billy Bean led Barnsley, who had Daryl DK last year. So a little American team tie-in. He was there. We should probably bounce around to, let's see what else I want to bounce around to. I do want to bounce around to Crystal Palace Millwall. Really good, fun game. The kits that Crystal Palace had were incredible. Elise came on second half and completely bossed this game into the last 12 minutes when Crystal Palace, who have had the problems of falling apart down the stretch, really hung on against a really game Millwall. It's about as English as you can get. Fantastic game. If you can go hunt down highlights to that, you should. The thing that's funny about the Paris Arsenal, the Nottingham Forest Arsenal game is you want it to be a better game. It just was a bad game. Arsenal had no shots on target, only had 10 shots in the game.
That plays into Forest's hands, right? Like
they were at home, to be fair.
Well, sure, but if Arsenal are bossing the game, I'm sorry, if it's an attractive game, then Arsenal are bossing the game, and Arsenal wins that 2-3-0, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that it was mucked up, of course, plays to the lesser team. And yeah, of course, the Tottenham in me, despite that I'm wearing red head to toe right now, Roll Tide, is happy that Arsenal lost, but at the same time, like, you want to see attractive football when you watch, and this was
there were some. The funny thing about Forest is there are some fun friends of American football and prior seasons. Ethan Horvath is on that team. Graben used to play at Crystal Palace. Jack Colback of the famous Jack Colback of Newcastle, who at one time the coach said, "If I had 9 Jack Colbacks, we wouldn't be in this problem." So he was in the game famously. But Forest. A little known fact for the friends, and if you don't know this, please look it up. 2-time European champions. They've got 2 stars on their crest under Brian Clough. This is one of the famous names in the legends and annals of English football that has fallen off and has not been in the Premier League since 1993 when their drunk coach finally bowed out and died a year later in Brian Clough. He is famous of Damned United. Look him up. Brian Clough. 1978-79 champion, came up 2 years later, won the league, defeated Liverpool. This is like Leicester twice. So
yeah, well, it's Leicester before there were super teams, right? And so
yeah, I mean, before super teams, but Liverpool had won the league 4 times in 6 years.
Sure,
but it wasn't the money wasn't.
No. Well, that's what I mean. It was more plausible, right? It wasn't a literal. It may have felt and sounded like Goliath, but financially it was not an actual Goliath, right?
No, it wasn't close.
They are amongst Newcastle and like Blackburn Rovers and Nottingham Forest. Some of these, like you said, in the annals.
We've been getting them. Like Leeds had that sitting on them, but I would say right now, most of the famous teams are actually in the Premier League. I guess Sunderland right now is a big team that's sort of floating out there. They're still playing. They're still out there, but they're in hard times. There are a couple others.
Sort of counts, I suppose.
Millwall's famous, but they were never good.
Not for the on-field product.
Right. Not for on.
So that's your little lesson in the annals of the Premier League.
Annals?
In the